Hi, my name is Satira and the date is June 11th, 2021. A mathematical concept known as BigO Notation is an important concept that is used in software engineering to describe the complexity of an algorithm. The function written with on has two parts, the number of inputs written with the variable n, and o, which denotes the order of complexity. Certain pieces of code, the way they are written, can be described as efficient or inefficient using the notation by looking and comparing the complexity of it, using BigO Notation. The simplest possible explanation of an algorithm with a big O of 1 is any array that could be as large as possible but only requires one step. An example of this is having an array of numbers and printing the third element in the array. Another example is looking at a simple for loop. It can be looped over a single unit of time over each element, printing, resulting in a linear complexity of on. A higher complexity algorithm could be a for loop within a for loop, resulting in a big O notation of on squared. And as the complexity increases, the scalability of the program decreases since it has to process bigger and bigger numbers. This simple for loop is of average to high complexity. An example of lower complexity could be a sorted array that uses binary search, which has a big O notation of O log n, since over time it scales much better. And just if you don't know, a sorted array with a binary search is when it bounces back between the variables until you get the variable you desired. There are higher complexity algorithms as well, such as an algorithm with a big O notation of on factorial. An example of this is when you're given the string ABC and you have to find all possible permutations of it. Overall, you can compare the big O notation on a graph with the time on the y-axis and the input size on the x-axis. Steeper the curve, the more inefficient it becomes due to scalability of the algorithm. Looking at the big picture, it isn't just about lowering the steepness of the curve, it's about determining whether the algorithm is appropriately complex for the task at hand. With this concept in mind, a programmer can do analysis using BigO Notation to determine the scalability of the program and find places where it can be improved on.